It's not just the hours and makeup the actors must deal with.
Try to go slower.
They must put their safety in the hands of action expert Tim Gilbert.
Nice hit. Not bad.
What a stunt coordinator does, especially on Heroes, is make sure the actors are safe, that they're well rehearsed, because a lot of the actors on this show, especially Hayden, love to do their own action. So, I help them with rehearsing the movement so that they're totally confident with that, and so it doesn't interfere on their acting.
I love doing stunts, and it's not a stunt that I'm unfamiliar with. The end of the first season, I got to die. I was diving out a window as well. But it's a cool scene. It's really fun. I love doing stunts.
In episode 10, HRG needs to have a father-daughter talk with his daughter and teach her how to use a weapon.
What's this for?
The director of this episode really wants to use just the actors for all this action. And so what we're going to do is show them some weapons moves. It's going to show them how to be safe, but also how to play violent without hurting each other.
I don't need your help.
Then hit me. I said hit me. Just be a step. Good. Just try to keep that. This is where I want. I want to see how quick he is, how fast he is. Just catching it doesn't tell me that story. What tells me the story is bam, bam, bam. I could not only catch the board, but I could take complete control of you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fights are choreography, and some people are better at it than others. Hayden's a fantastic athlete. She's really good at this stuff. I'm okay at it. You have to go through things which both work for the scene, are visually interesting, and are at least semi-logical. You don't want to see this guy all of a sudden doing things that are ridiculous, and you have some stunt double that clearly is doing things that HRG wouldn't be doing. So you have to keep it logical.
Whenever you would come back, I would always hug you.
And this is
it's
from
like
the
a middle.
This is going to be
Like just a little middle.
You have to learn the moves as you would dialogue. I really like marrying lines to action because it helps you. You're not thinking, what's my next line? You're doing your next thing, and then the line comes from that. The boards that Hayden was using obviously were not real 2x4s.
So this balsa wood, very light. They're pre-broken. Pre-broken, so it's very easy.
Here, take a swing at me now.
I don't want to swing at you.
When we first started mapping it out, it was very rough. And then I think you'll see Hayden and I got much more comfortable with what we were doing, and then you shoot it from a lot of different angles. And I think once it's all put together, it'll look really good.
As Claire struggles with the loss of her abilities, Mohinder finds himself reborn. But for Sendel and his stunt double, it wasn't a straightforward delivery.
Everybody who had to get into the cocoons hated it. I thought I got away with it because I'm the guy cocooning, and then of course we get to the 10th episode and I cocoon myself.
He's put himself into a chrysalis, and in doing that, he's going to go through a transformation. And we constructed his chrysalis out of basically the same materials we use for all of the cocoons. The idea that we hope resonates is that it's very embryonic.
Basically, you're covered in KY jelly, which is gross, and there's certain places that you shouldn't have KY jelly, and all over your body is not cool. And you're hanging upside down in the cocoon for a long time. So that wasn't fun. Robert Alonzo is my stunt double, and he's amazing. He did the stunt work on Mission Impossible 3 and Tropic Thunder, and he's amazing.
Movie magic, folks.
I'm not afraid to say I had him hang upside down, slathered in KY jelly for as much of it as I could.
Not staying on, is it?
It was a cumbersome situation, to say the least. You've got 5 or 6 people gooping stuff on me, and I'm half naked. It's not one of the first jobs that I would take. I'd probably take the fight scene.
We worked very closely with Gary D'Amico in physical effects. He constructed a fake wall that allowed us to put Robert through the wall.
Make sure you got your foot in before you go in.
Well, we have the cocoon on the wall. We had a hole cut behind the wall. We had a dump tank that had a food thickener colored to look like a bodily fluid.
Action, Robert. Eyes open. Hand. Fight your way through. Start to burst.
and he literally just slid out of this cocoon as we dumped the substance right behind him.
It's a collaborative effort, as filmmaking always is, and to understand that each department has their role that they play. This show got a tremendous following, and if we just keep that process going, we're going to have good stuff to follow.
Okay, great.
And the new Heroes episode is starting now on BBC Three and on BBC HD. Here on BBC Two, switching off the TV and doing things together as a family. Comedy in Outnumbered next.